2026 is about to have the biggest box office year since 2019. And we're talking billion-dollar movies with theories so insane they're breaking the internet. Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom, but he's actually Tony Stark? Mario's sequel hiding a dark multiverse twist? The Mandalorian movie revealing Grogu becomes a Sith Lord? We're diving into the 6 biggest movies of 2026, the ones projected to make over $1 billion, and the wild theories that could change everything you think you know. Let's get into it. Theory 1, Avengers Doomsday. RDJ's Doom as Tony Stark, starting with the biggest. Avengers Doomsday, December 18th, predicted to make $1.5 to $2 billion. Robert Downey Jr. is back as Dr. Doom, and the theory that's exploding right now is absolutely devastating. What if Dr. Doom is Tony Stark? Not a variant, but our Tony who died in Endgame. Here's the theory. When Tony snapped in Endgame, he didn't just die. The Infinity Stones shattered his consciousness across the multiverse. In one timeline, Tony's consciousness merged with Victor Von Doom's body in Latveria, creating a hybrid entity with Tony's genius and Doom's ruthlessness. This Tony Doom remembers everything, Pepper, Morgan, the Avengers. But he's trapped in a timeline where they don't exist. He's been trying to use the multiverse to get back to his family, but every attempt fails. So he's decided to destroy the multiverse and rebuild it from scratch with him in control. The evidence? The Fantastic Four post-credits scene shows Doom appearing to Franklin Richards, who has reality-warping powers. Doom doesn't want to kill Franklin. He wants to use him to rewrite reality so Tony Stark never had to die. And Chris Evans returning as Steve Rogers? Imagine the heartbreak when Steve has to fight Tony, who's become a villain because the Avengers let him die alone. The emotional devastation would be unmatched. This isn't just a villain origin story. It's a tragedy about a hero who sacrificed everything and got nothing in return. Theory 2, the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Rosalina's Dark Secret. The Super Mario Bros. Galaxy movie drops April 3rd, and it's predicted to make $1.2 to $1.4 billion, potentially bigger than the first movie. But the theory about the sequel is absolutely wild. What if Rosalina, the mysterious space princess from Super Mario Galaxy, is actually Princess Peach from a dead timeline? Here's how this works. The first Mario movie established the multiverse with all the different worlds and warp pipes. But the theory suggests that Rosalina exists outside of time, watching over the cosmos because in her timeline, Bowser won. Mario died, the Mushroom Kingdom was destroyed, and Peach survived alone in space, aging centuries as she watched her world burn. She became Rosalina, creating the Comet Observatory as a way to travel between dimensions, trying to find a timeline where Mario wins. And she's been guiding our Mario this entire time, making sure he succeeds where her Mario failed. The evidence? In the games, Rosalina's storybook mentions her mother, who had blonde hair and wore a crown, just like Peach. The theory is that Illumination is going to reveal that Rosalina is Peach, transformed by centuries of grief and cosmic power into something more than human. And here's where it gets dark. Rosalina knows that if she saves this timeline's Peach, she might cease to exist. She's literally fighting to undo her own timeline, knowing it means she'll never have existed in the first place. This would make Galaxy the most emotional Mario movie ever. A story about sacrifice, loneliness, and a princess who gave up everything, including her own identity, to save the multiverse. Plus, there's speculation that Jack Black's Bowser will have a massive role, possibly teaming up with Mario because there's a bigger threat, something from Rosalina's timeline that followed her here. We're talking cosmic horror in a Mario movie, and fans are not ready. Theory 3, Spider-Man Brand New Day. The symbiote returns. Spider-Man, Brand New Day, July 31st, predicted to make $1.1 to $1.3 billion. And the theory about this movie would tie everything together in the wildest way possible. What if the black suit, the Venom symbiote, returns to Peter Parker, and this time he keeps it? Remember, in No Way Home, everyone forgot Peter Parker exists. He's alone, angry, and dealing with street-level crime that's getting increasingly violent. The theory is that a piece of the Venom symbiote that Tom Hardy left behind in the MCU finds Peter, and this time, Peter doesn't reject it. Why? Because the symbiote offers him something he desperately needs: companionship. The symbiote remembers Spider-Man even though the world doesn't. It's the only person in the entire universe who knows who Peter really is. But here's the twist. Michael Mando's Scorpion isn't the main villain. He's the symptom. The theory suggests that Peter, wearing the black suit, has been cleaning up New York too efficiently. He's crossing lines, getting more violent, and Scorpion is someone whose life Peter destroyed while under the symbiote's influence. John Bernthal's Punisher shows up because Frank Castle recognizes what's happening. He's seen good men become monsters. And Mark Ruffalo's Hulk? Bruce Banner is there to warn Peter that you can't let your anger control you, because Bruce knows exactly where that path leads. The theory climaxes with Peter having to choose: keep the symbiote and have someone who remembers him, or reject it and be completely alone again. It's a movie about addiction, loneliness, and the price of being a hero when no one knows your name. And if the theory is right, the ending sets up Peter passing the symbiote to someone else, potentially setting up Tom Hardy's Venom to finally meet Spider-Man in Spider-Man 4. Theory 4, Toy Story 5. Andy's son gets Woody. Toy Story 5, June 19th, predicted to make $900 million to $1.1 billion. And this theory might actually make us sob in theaters. The theory: Bonnie is donating her toys, but instead of going to strangers, they end up at a yard sale where Andy's son buys Buzz Lightyear. That's right, Andy is a dad now, and his son is the exact age Andy was in the first movie. But here's the heartbreaking twist. Andy doesn't recognize his old toys because it's been decades. He sees his son playing with a vintage Buzz Lightyear and has no idea this is the Buzz who was his best friend. The theory suggests that the movie is about Buzz trying to reunite the toys while also grappling with the fact that Andy, the kid he loved more than anything, doesn't remember him. Meanwhile, Andy's son is making new memories with Buzz, and Buzz has to decide if he's willing to let go of the past and embrace this new kid. But here's the real gut punch theory. Woody returns. Woody left with Bo Peep, but he hears somehow that Andy's son has Buzz, and Woody makes the choice to come back one last time, not to be played with, but to make sure Buzz is okay. The movie ends with Woody and Buzz together again, not with Andy, but with Andy's legacy. It's not about finding a new kid. It's about accepting that childhood ends, but memories live on through generations. Pixar is going to destroy us emotionally, and we're going to thank them for it. Theory 5. The Mandalorian and Grogu. Grogu's dark future. The Mandalorian and Grogu, May 22nd, predicted to make $700 to $900 million. This is the first Star Wars theatrical movie since 2019, and the theory about it is dark. What if this movie reveals that Grogu caused the fall of Luke's Jedi Academy? Here's the theory. We know from the sequel trilogy that Luke's Jedi Academy was destroyed by Ben Solo/Kylo Ren. But what if Grogu was there when it happened? And what if Grogu's presence is what pushed Ben over the edge? The theory suggests that Grogu, who has access to both the light side and the dark side of the Force, remember him force choking in The Mandalorian, accidentally demonstrated dark side powers that frightened the other students. Ben Solo, already struggling with darkness, saw Grogu as proof that even the innocent can be corrupted. And here's the devastating part. Din Djarin, Mando, has been protecting Grogu from the remnants of the Empire. But what if the movie reveals that the real threat isn't the Empire? It's the future. Time-displaced visions show Mando what Grogu becomes if he continues down this path. The theory is that The Mandalorian and Grogu is actually about Mando having to make an impossible choice: lock Grogu away from the Force entirely, essentially killing who he is, or risk Grogu becoming something dangerous. It's a movie about parenting and the fear that your child might become someone you don't recognize. Plus, there's massive speculation that we'll see a young Ben Solo in this movie, setting up a direct connection to the sequel trilogy. And if the theory is right, Grogu's story doesn't have a happy ending. It's a tragedy that explains why the galaxy is so broken by the time we get to The Force Awakens. Theory 6. The Odyssey. It's a time loop. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, July 17th, predicted to make $800 million to $1 billion. And the theory about this movie is vintage Nolan mind-bending insanity. What if The Odyssey isn't a journey through space, It's a time loop, and Odysseus is stuck reliving the same 10 years over and over. Think about it. Christopher Nolan is obsessed with time. Memento, Inception, Interstellar, Tenet, Dunkirk. He doesn't do straightforward narratives. The theory is that every monster Odysseus faces is actually a different version of himself from previous loops. The Cyclops, a version of Odysseus who gave in to rage. The Sirens, versions of himself who gave up and stayed with Calypso. Circe, a timeline where Odysseus chose power over returning home. Each obstacle is literally Odysseus fighting his own worst instincts manifested as Greek mythology. And the biggest twist? When Odysseus finally returns to Ithaca and kills the suitors, that restarts the loop. He's been home before, he's killed these men before, but something always goes wrong, and he wakes up back at Troy, forced to begin the journey again. The theory suggests the movie's climax is Odysseus realizing the only way to break the loop is to not kill the suitors, to choose mercy over vengeance, forgiveness over violence. And that's how he finally, truly gets home, by becoming someone different than who he was. This would be Nolan's ultimate statement on war, trauma, and the cycles of violence that trap us. The Odyssey isn't about a man trying to get home, it's about a man trying to escape himself. And with Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, and Robert Pattinson all starring, we know this isn't going to be your high school English class version of Homer. This is going to break our brains in the best possible way. So there you have it, the 6 biggest movies of 2026, projected to make over $6 billion combined, and the theories that could change everything. From Tony Stark becoming Doctor Doom, to Rosalina being Future Peach, from Spider-Man keeping the black suit to Toy Story bringing back Andy's legacy, from Grogu's dark destiny to Odysseus trapped in a time loop. 2026 is going to be insane. Which theory do you think is most likely to be true? Which one do you hope is completely wrong? Let us know in the comments and make sure you're subscribed because we're breaking down every trailer, every leak, and every reveal as these movies get closer. See you in the next one.